Okay, I finally done it. No more reference books. It's now Big Data. Let's go. Now, this is a single database of millions and millions of records of people who got the money, where they got it, and how you can get it too. So you can look in your neighborhood on the maps that we have here and see who got how much money and right in the neighborhood and what they're using it for. So you could start taking advantage of it too. See, this is so great for me because back in the 70s, I got an MBA in computers and database management. And I'm now starting to use the darn thing. We're going to government agencies, pulling this data and getting it live updates right on our site so you have access to it immediately. Big Data, let's go! Actually, one of the neat aspects, and I think one of the most important here, is the business money search. So this is what you could use when you're looking for money. You don't have to buy my books anymore. You go right to Big Data, let's go, and do it. And what's so cool about it, man, it's organized so well. Morgan, my son, did all this. I didn't do it. I sat upstairs thinking stuff. You just put in your state, okay? So here I put in Minnesota, your subcategory. So you can choose your agriculture, artist bill. You put all for now, and just hit search. Look what you get. These are the programs in Minnesota that you could use to start a business. Financing small business and for nonprofits, okay? Minnesota agriculture grants, Minnesota dairy grants, Indian businesses, right? Here's one. It's retraining early educators through attaining incentives now. I have no idea what that means, but it's a grant. Listen what it's used for. Use these grant dollars are considered additional salary, may be used to pay bills, reinvest in your child care setting. Wow, and personal expenses. Man, who would have ever thought of business development loan programs, small business grants, small business loans, urban initiative programs, boy, micro loan programs, and the links are there where to apply for this stuff and everything. Man, what a database. Oh, wait, there's more, as they say in the infomercials. There is more, because it's not only grants and loans, it's free services. And free services could be worth a lot more to you than even grants or loans, because there's like free legal help, free help writing a business plan, or free help with your invention, or anything like this. They also show up in this database. See, when you put in a state like Minnesota, too, you'll get like maybe 150 programs just in Minnesota. But then you can look in my database, too, letsgo.com. That's added, and you get another 1,000 programs there. So man, once you start using this and it's free, you won't need me anymore for anything. Okay, now here's a great feature. It's called the Government Money Maps. Wow! And actually what they do, you find where to get the money, where to get the help, right in your neighborhood. So look at this. You click on Government Money Maps, you'll see here, look at, you'll see the little dots there on the maps, and there's dots there for Small Business Development Center. See, these are all people who are going to help you fill out forms or show you what the money is locally, or the main SBA offices, if you like them, or how about offices just for women entrepreneurs? That's right. So if you're a woman and just want to talk, about programs for women, that's what, or veterans. Man, there's so many veterans now. They're in every county around the world, and they help veterans only, to become entrepreneurs. So that's wonderful. Now you don't have to Google and find experts who are going to charge you hundreds of dollars, to help you fill out some application. Man, these people fill them out for you, and they're the ones giving you the money. Wow, now I know we call it Big Data. Let's go. Look at this part. This is who got the money, okay? So you go there and you see who got grants, SBA grants, who got SBA loans, and who got government contracts. Look at, we have since, year 2000, we have 5,000 people got grants. From the year 1990, there's a 1.7 million people who got loans. And listen to this, contracts just in 1 year alone. 2013 we have it here. 2.3 million. And you'll find out who in your neighborhood got this money. It's so neat. They could be customers, they could be clients, or they could show you how to get the money too. If that idiot down the street got, $50,000 to do something, why didn't you? You just click on your state, like here, I'll click on Colorado, you go there, and see it pops up here, how many grants in Colorado, how many loans, how many contracts, for those periods, and then you say, okay, go zoom down to see the whole state. See, they have the map there with all the little zip codes and everything. So you click on a zip code where you live and you'll see, okay, what came in your zip code? Oh my gosh, in the zip code 80127 in Colorado, look at that, $69 million in loans, $1.5 billion in grants. That's one zip code. $1.5 billion, that's 1 year alone, my God. And then you go down even further and go down, okay, look at who the hell got this money. That's what's neat about it. Wetworks Pool and Spa LLC, $50,000. How about Ken Nordstrom? Who the heck is he? But here's where he lives. 12565 South Chill Hill Lane in Littleton, Colorado. And he got $10,000. Wow, good for Keith. Yeah. Richard Harvey, a DDS. The damn dentist got money. He's yanking your teeth and he's getting from one hand and getting money from the government with the other hand. See, that's what's so neat about this data. Now, anybody could see what in their neighborhood and they become customers. Somebody's got a lot of government money, man. Yeah, they're spending money. And so you're looking for clients, you're looking for jobs, or you're looking at hey, what kind of money is out there. See, that's what's so neat about this data. Gee, I didn't know a dentist could get money. That's what's so neat. And then you go to the government, hey, I'd like one of those too. Okay, big data has more about money for your money than you ever thought of. We have a database of the consumer complaints from the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau, whatever they're called. There's over 380,000 complaints, and we're adding them every day. So you could see how bad your local bank is. Like you go to, here to bank complaints. Just click on that. You'll see another map. Okay, and so let's say you live in Ohio. You click on Ohio, and you see in the map it comes out how many complaints in Ohio. 10,000 complaints in Ohio, and who's the biggest, problems there? It gives you a ranking. Like there's almost 842 for the Bank of America, and J.P. Morgan Chase is next. So you zoom in on your zip code there, and see little dots every zip code. So let's say you live in Zanesville, Ohio. You click that there, and you see all the complaints. There's 40 complaints for 25 banks in Zanesville. What banks don't you want to go to in Zanesville? Okay, on the side here. Wells Fargo has 5 complaints. PNC Bank has 5 complaints. And you could click on that and see what the complaints are, and why. And so if you're getting a mortgage, you see all they have is mortgage complaints. Wow! But this database also shows you, if you put an overview of totals to understand all the information. It's impossible to explain it, but look at this. We have all the banks by how many complaints each bank has. Bank of America, number 1, boy. they're a solid number 1, it looks like. They'll be there for a while. What categories you could search on? Debt collection, consumer loans, student loans. So you could just search student loans. Who are the worst people to deal with in student loans? Subcategories, company response. How good are they retirement response? The issues, is it accounting, deposits and withdrawals, disclosure verification on debt, all this kind of stuff. Man, you put that power back in your hands and going into these damn bankers who think they, they rule the world or something like that. No, you got the data now and dealing with them because you went to big data. Let's go. Okay, if you ever thought about having your own business, probably one thing that passed through your head was a franchise. Doesn't that sound easy? Boy, I just, somebody already has a business in a box and I just do that and I'll be successful. Well, the problem with franchises, they don't all work, right? So Big Data Lesko put a database together for you to see who are the bad franchises, the ones you don't want to give money to, because you got to put your own money into this thing, right? So we have a database here, SBA failure rates, because all the franchises, what they teach you is how to get an SBA loan to have your franchises, and now you can see who failed. You buy the franchise, you get the loan, you're stuck with the loan, the franchise organization people got the money, and you're SOL and got to pay it back or just hide and never pay it. Look at this. Okay, who are the biggest failures in franchises? Okay, if you go and get a Wings and Things franchise, 94% of them fail. 94%. Wow. Or the Tilden for Brakes Car Care Center. Well, I don't know what the heck that is, but they're not. Blockbuster Video. Well, I think they're all out of business now. Super Suppers, Pro Golf, Athlete's Foot. Right, Athlete's Foot, that's a big name. But also what's interesting too, you could see how much money these franchises get. You could sort, by the dollar amount of money they're getting. Look at $400 million, Super 8 Montel. That's $500 million they're getting in government money to get their franchisees to get money. Subway Shop, again, $452 million. Again, $500 million. Look at all the money that's going out. Look at 1,857 people got Quiznos money to start up a Quiznos franchise. And you know what? Almost 40% of them, why not? So you don't want to do that, do you? You have 40% failure rate. That's crazy. That's why data is so important. You see this data, someone's trying to sell you a franchise. Now you say, hey, why is it, that 40% of your people that start franchises go down the toilet? I don't want to go down the toilet. I want a successful business. Now, most of Big Data Lesko is data that we're stealing from the government. We're not stealing from it. Everything in the government is public information. I mean, millions of dollars, taking public information and getting it to people. But now, this part of Big Data Lesko is in my videos. What I've been doing the last 3 or 4 years really is video. I sit right here on my dining room table, interviewing people all over the world, and so I categorize them there, whether my philosophy on life or videos on how to make money, doing something like starting a business or a nonprofit, or other video collections we have, are just little opportunities. Man, did you know the government was giving out $50,000 for people who love crows or something like that, and trying to educate people about those things. So these are like 1,300 or more videos I have on this thing. So it's a way that these videos are all organized. You could search by them, keep up to date. And we also have, what do you call those things when we help people online with the video? What do you call that for you? Hangouts, yeah, see on YouTube Hangout. So there's some videos of Hangouts there. Glad he's here doing all this real work. But that's there, so I answer questions, and that's a way to learn too, from what people ask me what they need help for. Hey, yeah, I need that too. So the videos too are all free, and they're for people to share, for me to share. I mean, the information is so important, so I'm trying to collect as much information on anything to give people when I'm not here. And I'm going to be here for 20, 30 more years, so be careful. Now, don't think all the new technology is only around computers and, iPhones and stuff like that. No, it's other places. Now, watch this interview here. He's got a product, Sprayable Sleep. Okay? Wow. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, this is instead of taking a pill or something like that to help you sleep or whatever, where you have to take lots of it and digest and everything. This is just a little spray, a proper amount of dosage and everything, and it gets you to sleep better than some pills. I mean, what's amazing to me, it's all organic and natural products and like that. So it's all kind of certified. But to start a business like this, I mean, this is amazing. I mean, before you would have to go to some big pharmaceutical company or something like that and do all that. No, they just went on the internet. You know, and they raised over $360,000 in crowdfunding for their product. They have one for sleep, and they have another product too for energy. You just toot, toot, and it gives you a shot of energy. You know, instead of drinking Red Bull and stuff like that. I mean, we're ingesting things like that. They figured out how to get it into the system without ingesting it, digesting it, or whatever, swallowing it, you know, or taking a shot, just a spray. Remember that Norplant we had, and then this anti-smoking stuff, just the patches we use. So there's other ways to do that. And now on consumer products, they're doing that too. I mean, that's what's exciting to me about what's going on in the world, and just, you know, people could find out about these things and work on these ideas themselves and get them out to the public without having to go through all kinds of bureaucracies and everything. And that's why I think, you know, the whole internet and all the things that comes with it, you know, is a way to democratize so many more products and services and people to get into businesses that couldn't before. So watch this interview. Well, Devin Soni, man, I don't know how you do this thing, you know, but it seems like a magic potion that isn't a magic potion, because you're using all FDA-approved, you know, products, and you get people to be able to go to sleep when they have trouble sleeping without taking sleeping pills and all this kind of stuff. And it's just a spray. So you're not ruining your whole body with all this stuff you're putting down your gullet. And a spray is a better way to ingest what you need to live a better life, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. So, you know, that's kind of the main reason we created Sprayable Sleep, which is our product. And, you know, you basically just spray it on your skin once or twice. And, you know, within an hour, you should just, you know, kind of feel more naturally tired. So, yeah, it's pretty cool.
I mean, it is. I mean, it sounds like, you know, it sounds like what I sell, free money, you know, and I get a little embarrassed. Sprayable Sleep, you know. Now, this can't be true.
Well, sprayable money would be a pretty cool product.
Well, I do, because I tell people about government programs, you know, and it takes work. But yours is really legitimate, because spraying, you know, pharmaceuticals are using that, whether it's the smoking patch or, you know, pregnancy prevention stuff, things like that. So this is a new way to ingest, you know, healthcare, you know, remedies.
Right, absolutely. So, you know, specifically with you know, like products like Sprayable Sleep, the real benefits of, you know, spraying them on, they're twofold. You know, one, the products don't pass through your digestive tract, so that you don't have to deal with your liver, you know, kind of destroying all of the actual active chemicals. Yeah. So, you know, for example, if you take a melatonin pill, you know, often people take these, like, you know, 10 milligram pills when all your body really needs is 0.03 micrograms, or, you know, hundreds of times less. So with, you know, transdermals, that it really solves that problem. And the other benefit is that for, you know, a product like melatonin, when you spray it on your skin, it enters your system gradually, much like your body naturally creates melatonin. So, you know, your body's not used to having, you know, 1,000 times the amount of melatonin in its system that it generally has. So when you spray it, it comes in gradually, just like your body creates it. It tends to resemble a more natural way of sleeping.
So melatonin, that's what we need to help us sleep better. I mean, to calm our body down, to prepare it for sleep. So you're getting it into us, well, you know, a lot more, a lot better way than taking a whole bunch of pills that the stomach is going to indigest or digest, or who the hell that was, or react to and everything. And it's just a little spray, and an hour from now I'll be out. Yeah, so we got to finish this first.
yeah, pretty much. So if you use it now, we'll have to wind down in about 45 minutes.
Wow! And now you're fundraising on it. God, you got what, $300,000-$400,000 already of fundraising on Indiegogo but you have products you're sending. A lot of people, you go on these crowdfunding sites that it takes 6 months to get something, but by the weekend you could have a restful sleep.
Right, absolutely. So, one of the cool things we're doing with our campaign is that, we're giving people that place, certain sized orders, we're mailing them a free, sample of the product, kind of that week, so they can try the product. And, even if they don't like it, we'll offer refunds, which, a lot of other campaigns don't do. We're just really confident that people, will love this product.
Right.
So,
I never. Now, the other product, too, besides the sleep, is the energy. So you got the reverse, to wake your butt up in the morning.
Right, absolutely. So, that product is instead of sleep, which is, solves a really big problem for almost everyone, the energy product solves a problem for, what was probably a smaller set of people. If you, love coffee and energy drinks, this probably product isn't for you. But if you have, exactly, right. So, me too, like right here. But, if you're someone that has trouble, ingesting a lot of caffeine, if you have stomach issues or, kind of dizziness or nausea, or you drink decaf coffee, and still dislike it, this is a fantastic product that you spray on your skin to kind of feel more naturally alert throughout the day without some of the issues that many people have with caffeine. Many people just are very allergic or very sensitive.
Right. Well, I mean, I drink too much, and my stomach gets upset. I got to worry about that stuff. So if I just want
people, it's 20% of the population that happens with the first sip. So
I see. Thank God it's not me. But still, I mean, and you guys who founded this, you've been working on this for a couple of years now. I mean, this isn't just some snake oil that you threw together. This is FDA approved products that you put together and created this product, so it's all approved and sanctioned, and you're at the incubator at Stanford University, and it's not a fly-by-night little wagon coming through town, are you?
Well, no, the IP that we've created has kind of been in the works for over 10 years through one of the co-founders who's a PhD in chemistry and one of the world's foremost authorities on transdermal technology and transdermal sort of chemistry. And we incorporated the company about 3 years ago and have been working sort of very diligently to launch sort of these products.
So it's really, that's why the company's called Sprayable, and you go to sprayable.co, not .com, but SPRAYABLE.co, and then you can get to the Indiegogo campaign and also find out about the Sprayable energy. And so it's really, the researchers on your staff have really been studying this for years, and that's why it's a leading edge of how we're going to take medications and so many other things to improve our life, right?
Absolutely. I mean, the same research that we're doing is, kind of being applied to things like, sort of painkillers and things like that, which are not in the scope of our business because, we're, kind of building more consumer-friendly products that don't require 10 years of FDA testing. But, the IP is real, and I think all of your listeners will be seeing a lot more, sort of transdermal products in the next couple of years.
Well, that's why, I mean, I guess products like this come online first, and then in a couple of years from now, everybody starts using them. But so you can get it on the ground floor of knowing this by going to sprayable.co, and either the one that keeps you awake or the one that gets you to sleep. And we both have both of those problems in our lives.
Just don't mix them up.
Right. Well, thank you so much, Devin. Fun to talk with you, and nice you're doing this work for the rest of us.
Great. Well, thank you so much, and thank you for having me.
Take care.
All right. Cheers.
Now, here's a nice young fella. Actually, he's a teacher. I mean, we need teachers more in this world than anything else. But he's not sure if it really is for him in the long term, and it's not getting everything out of him that he really wants to fulfill in life. So he started a business on the side, and he found internet money. He went on the internet and raising money to make glasses, sunglasses though, out of recycled wood. So all the scrap wood, that makes furniture and all this kind of stuff, real expensive wood. Well, that scrap, is next to nothing. And they make beautiful sunglasses. Man, I mean, I look at these things. I want one, particularly the Acapulco one. I mean, just the wooden frames just do something entirely different. I'm a little bit of a glass freak myself, And actually on the internet now, he's fundraising. See, he's starting the business. business on the side in addition to going and being a teacher. He still enjoys that, but he wants to have more in life and build up, I guess, some kind of, something he may be doing full-time someday, or generate an extra salary, or not only salary, but gosh, a nest egg forever. I mean, no job we have is safe anymore, right? No, even if you like your job and it's okay, pension plans are, who knows what's going to happen to those. So many are going broke and things like that. People don't even have pension plans anymore. So that's why, I mean, to me, this is an ideal way to cover yourself for retirement. You start your own business. Why give your money to some investment advisor who's just doing what everybody else does, and they're just a bunch of lemmings all going off the cliff together, like on 2008 when the stock market crashed, or when the housing market crashed. All these things just crash, but you have no control of it. So to me, what you're doing is giving all your money to somebody else who has all the fun with it, and you have all the worry and no control over anything. You think this person knows everything. They don't. No one can. But boy, having something yourself, and see, it's so easy to do with very little money. You don't need thousands or whatever. You could do something like he's doing for a couple $100 and be in business and see if it creates tens of thousands or whatever, maybe hundreds of thousands eventually. And then you're learning something else too that you have control over. Investing in Wall Street and the stock market, you're competing with billionaires. Spend all day thinking about this, and you think you're going to compete with them because you're going to spend a couple hours a week, if that, on it. You can't. But if you find a little niche for yourself that generates income, and that is getting easier and easier as the internet grows and grows with all kind of possibilities now for next to nothing. By the end of the day, you can have your own website selling anything, just maybe a service you have. That's how easy it is. And it's now a way, I think, to start investing in your future, even if you're going to keep your full-time job. Because it gives you more security. It uses more of yourself. Talents that you didn't know you had can come out and be explored and blossom. And then you could give more to society. And I think that's what life is all about. How much can you give to the world before you die? Watch this. This is what he's trying to do. And by the way, did I tell you, he's from Mexico. So watch this.
Burger, and it's CocoMX.com. But I mean, people got to see your website, these glasses that you do, the sunglasses. I just think they're the classiest, coolest thing. I mean, I'm a sunglass or a glass freak. I mean, I used to go and have people get artists to hand paint my glasses. It cost me a fortune. But you got these beautiful wooden glasses. I want those Acapulco glasses so. They're just beautiful. And
thank you.
It's the case. The case looks more expensive than the glasses. There's a gorgeous case you put these things in, and everything's in it. And I can't get over what you were a history teacher and you do this.
Yes.
So you got these hidden talents, and it's just wonderful. And you're fundraising now, and you got money, and you're entering the United States, so people actually could get these people in the States now for almost half.
Yes.
If they do this to help you get in the States, right?
Yes. Yes, indeed. The idea of the Indiegogo campaign is to basically expand the brand to the United States. Started selling in Mexico through the webpage, through a few boutiques, through a few opticians, and the Indiegogo campaign is specifically geared towards potential fans in the U.S. That's the idea of the campaign. Yes.
Well, I think you're going to have them. I mean, because it's elegant stuff, and it's not like $500. I mean, you can get glasses now $500 or something. You're very reasonable and elegant design. Also, the way you're making these is so unique. I mean, using scrap wood from furniture manufacturers.
Yeah, exactly. So it was very important for us to have a very, very sustainable manufacturing process. So we did go down the supply chain. That was actually, I think, the toughest part in the supply chain management to find a manufacturer who could source and work with materials from other manufacturers. So we found a manufacturer who was able to source materials from mainly from furniture manufacturers, from some wood mills as well. And there's a lot of scrap wood that goes out because obviously the wood has to be cut in a certain way, so there's a lot of leftover.
Right.
And that leftover is ideal to make wooden sunglasses. So and that's what we do.
So that way you're sustainable in a way because it's a glass will frame it. You're not using petrol or anything like that to make plastic, and it's scrap wood.
Mm-hmm.
Also, every time I buy a pair of glasses from you, I'm planting in trees, aren't I?
Yes, true. Exclusively or just for this Indiegogo campaign, we've initiated a partnership with the International Tree Foundation, which is UK based, and for every cocoa that we sell, we will plant a tree with them. So we make a small donation to them that is sufficient for them to plant and grow a tree in different agroforestry projects that they have running.
Also said the glasses come with a seed, my own tree.
Yes, that's a campaign that we do run here in Mexico. However, through the Indiegogo campaign, that's not possible due to sort of phytosanitary regulations. You can't. It's not possible to send seeds across borders, unfortunately. But if we do expand, we will hopefully have a distribution node in the US. So in the future, we could sort of. Yeah, we could import in large amounts to the US and then distribute from there. And then we would also send a seed in the case.
I mean, it shows where your heart is in the business. I mean, it's not just going to sell eyeglasses to make a buck. I mean, you're here to do something else and get it back to the society. And I guess that's why you want to start your own business. You said you worked for some large organizations before. You're a teacher now,
yes,
a history teacher, but you still want your own business. I guess to do the things you really want to do in life, and you can give more. I mean,
definitely,
teaching is giving, but being able to have a business that is also planting trees or using scrap wood. I mean, it's normal businesses just run by one motive is today, and that's it. And it's nice to hear them thinking more long term about long-term profit for you and society.
Sure. Yes, it was from the beginning. It was sort of important to connect our brand Coco with some kind of sustainable message. Yeah. And as you mentioned, here in Mexico, we do send a seed within the case to each customer who buys it, so that the customer actually gets to plant the seed. So it's sort of adding an experience to your sunglasses, and it's worked very well here in Mexico. People get them and then they talk about them, so it works.
More than just a glass.
It's definitely also about. Pardon me?
It is also about what?
It's basically also to raise awareness. I think if people sort of have the experience of planting a seed and growing a tree, it does change their idea of the environment and sustainability, and it kind of it allows them to be part of sort of creating a sustainable culture.
And it wouldn't make sense if you were selling plastic glasses like
yeah.
You want a plastic tree or something, but it's delightful, and I think everything you touch, it seems, all the graphics, the design of the glasses, the logo, the box, and everything has a high quality feel to it, and the description of your business, sunshine, theory you have about life, that everything,
the sunshine life, yes,
it's wonderful, and that comes through. I mean, you can look at these glasses and smile; they're unique, and that's what you're saying in your literature about how life should be that way. Everything should be such a pain in the ass. You have to approach it happily, otherwise you'll never get through this thing.
Exactly. I think as an entrepreneur, kind of have to have some kind of philosophy of optimism. Otherwise, it's very, very tricky. You have to be very, very optimistic in order to make things happen, because you encounter a lot of obstacles, obviously. So, but that's what Indiegogo is for. I think Indiegogo is great. It's sort of gives you an opportunity to grow your business, to initiate your business. So I think Indiegogo is a great platform as well, and so it's another opportunity. So everything is possible.
Absolutely, and I feel sorry for the students who are going to use you as this business of yours grows, and you won't have time to teach anymore. But until then, we can still get the classes and go to your website, KOMX.com. Lead you. Don't buy the glasses there because they're better when you get to Indiegogo through your campaign, right?
Exactly. So from the webpage, they cost about $100. That's what we sell them for. And currently through the Indiegogo campaign, we sell them for $50 plus the delivery charge.
Yeah, $10
for the US. It's $10 in Europe and $20 the rest of the world. So it's a very, very good deal.
It's incredible to get a classy set of glasses like that, man, for $50. That's a steal. So it's not too long, so people go, and you have a video there that explains it, shows you, talk to your buddies, and all the beautiful glasses, and it's wonderful. Thank you so much, George. It's wonderful to talk to you, and good luck teaching while you're still teaching. We'll see you on the entrepreneur trail. Take care.
Well, to me, this next interview is just one more proof that average people, can now make huge changes in the world. We used to think that, to make any important product and things like that, we had to be a big company and a manufacturer and things like that, or some brilliant, PhD from MIT. No. It could be people, just anybody, enthusiastic person who wants to learn, and they see a problem and they think, God, that problem should be solved, and I'm going to work on it. Now, this fella is just terrific. I mean, he invented a way to have a safer bicycle. I mean, I run every day, about 4 or 5 miles. I do it for exercise, and my knees hurt or something. And I say, I'll try bicycle. Man, to exercise on a bicycle, really in an urban city and everything, there's so many possibilities for accidents, and I took a spill, man, it just hurt for months and months, and I can't, race for little, traveling is okay, but for trying to get that burn, it just doesn't make sense to me anymore. I'm too scared, to tell you the truth, but I'm running again now, and it's fine. But bicycles are becoming so important in our economy now. Because everyone's moving to cities, all over the world. It's not in the United States because that's where the action is. And we don't have places for cars, and cars are jamming up everything. I mean, like in London alone, they don't even allow cars certain hours of the day. It's just so bad. So now bicycles are a wonderful alternative, but the safety issue, how is a bicycle going to compete on the road, get bumped by a car or whatever? This guy figured it out. That's right. It's the safest bicycle in the world. There's a guy fooling around in his garage, and actually he's in England too. That's why I see the ideas. I mean, the last person, I just interviewed too before him was a fellow in Mexico, who's a teacher in Mexico, solving problems for the world. Everybody knows about it instantly, and that's what he's doing. He's raising money on the internet to make a safety bicycle. And you watch the video on this, and you see a truck hits him, but it doesn't go under the truck. It's safety, and it has a seat. It's sort of almost, it's a higher bicycle, but a little recliner seat, and you wear a helmet, and it has a roll bar, and it's just wonderful. So instead of spending all that money and expense on a big, car, man, and you're worried about the safety in bicycle, here it is. And that's why it's brought to you by the average person in the world, not by General Motors, right? Or some big company, or Schwinn, or whoever the big bicycle manufacturers are now. I don't know if any of them are in the United States anymore. But this is what's going on, that the average person now could see ideas, problems that have to be solved, and you don't have to wait for somebody else to do it. You work on an idea, you put it on the internet, you get money to complete it and go into manufacturing, and voila, you become a superhero. So watch how he did it.
Well, Crispin Sinclair, and you're with PABLEBIKE.com. That's the important part. And finally, we have somebody in the world making us a safe. What the hell took you so long?
Well, we've been working on it for the last 3 years, so finally we're getting there.
I mean, it's so amazing. I mean, we're becoming a bicycle culture all over the world now, not just China. You know, I mean, every city downtown. My boys who are 30 years old, man, they both don't have cars; they have bikes. You know, everybody, that's the way to do it. And the safety issue seems to be the big stumbling block right now. And so you figured out a way to make these safe. You have like a roll bar on it, right? Correct? And the frame, you know, so even if a truck hits you, you'll just roll over and won't get crushed to death.
Yeah, absolutely. You have a roll bar like you would inside a car. Inside the car structure, you wear a safety belt, and it's designed to be able to take impact with cars and also with vans and lorries and buses. And it's wide enough that it will kind of get pushed out away from the vehicle, unlike, if you fall off your normal bike, you can easily get run over by a bus or a car.
I see.
On the Babel bike, it's wide enough that you get physically just pushed away, thrown out of the way, as it were. But you're wearing the safety belt and you're sitting inside a safer seat. So got a good level of protection, much higher level of protection than anybody's ever put on a bicycle before.
You can see what this looks like. I mean, you have a prototype now on your website, babelbike.com. It's important that people can now be able to get one of these soon. They could get on your list, right? And you'll be in production soon. You've been fundraising, looking for investors and everything. And these are going to be available soon. And you're making interesting models. So you're going to have one so you can have a baby on it?
Just saying, there's sort of a couple of later versions we're doing. So you can put sort of 2 children in the front of the bike and you can ride your children to school. And for the first time ever, the children sit in car child safety seats, so that they wear safety belts. So again, if it's hit by a car or something, that there's a good level of protection. So you could.
They have a little roll bar for them too.
Yes, exactly. They get their own roll bar on the front of the bike, and for the first time, you can bicycle your children to school safely, which I think a lot of people like to do.
But also, more importantly, because it's probably a little heavier, have some extra power there too, right?
Yeah, that's right. There's 2 versions. One is pedal only, but I think the more popular one is electric and pedal, and that way you can kind of use the electric to help you pedal, say, on the way to work, and maybe just pedal only on the way home to get some exercise. So nice combination.
It is. I mean, talking to you earlier, it just occurred to me, one of the reasons I always like working at home is that I could have an extra hour of my life to exercise and not to sit in traffic. And now if you have to go to work, if you get one of these bikes and you're exercising and you're safe and, on your way to work, and you don't need that extra hour to exercise because you're doing it while you commute.
Absolutely. I mean, the workshop we've got up in North London, it takes me about 25 minutes on the bicycle to get to work, or about the same time in the car. And the bicycling time of the day. So I've got, 20 minutes, half an hour cycling on the way to work, half an hour on the way home. I'm doing an hour's exercise every day, and the other choice I've got is to spend the same amount of time stuck in a car, in a traffic jam. It's more enjoyable cycling. I don't have to go down to the gym. I don't have to go for a run because I've done my cycling whilst I was commuting.
And not only that, you don't have to pay for a gym. Some of these gyms, I mean, they can cost you $100 a month or whatever for these things.
Absolutely. And kind of I think for some reason when you're bicycling to work, it sort of doesn't feel like exercise.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like you're actually doing something. You're not running on a treadmill. You're going somewhere.
There was a very famous person who was running on his treadmill at home. Well, I mean, he's like the guy who has a very famous high-tech firm who's married to Yahoo lady who wrote this famous book. He's exercising on a treadmill.
This morning on the news, yeah, that was.
So it's
Good, not good.
That's why people think that riding a bicycle is not safe. Man, you made it. It certainly sounds a hell of a lot safer than a treadmill.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's we're the first people ever to put safety into cycling. Nobody's ever done it before, but we're the first people to do it. First people to sort of crash test bicycles. So we're working with Myra in the UK, who are one of the world leaders in car crash testing, and we're using a similar approach for the first to do the engineering to crash test the bicycle.
Wow! So we're going to have like a scale, a rating system for how safe every bike is. Yeah, and you got the safest because no other bike is doing anything like this.
Yeah, no, I think that will come in the future. I think we will see sort of similar rating standards. I mean, we're writing because we're the world's first safe bicycles. We're also developing the safety test to which the bikes are tested. But we're working with Myra in the UK as their leading safety authority, and I think in the future, bicycles will have a safety rating system just like cars do.
We'll have the gold standard, let's say, for bicycle safety, and you'll be the man that'll be on monuments soon. Because it seems like everybody's starting to ride bicycles. I mean, this is what New York City's trying to get more people on bicycles. Washington D.C. is trying to get more people on bicycles. Bike lanes, everything. And more people are living to cities, moving to cities. That's where all the jobs are. And that's where all the action is. And we can't all have cars. Like in London, you eliminated cars altogether, I think.
Yeah, not quite yet. I'm very pro bicycle, so I look forward to the day we have no cars at all in the cities. Whilst we still do, bicycle lanes are fantastic where they put them in, but unfortunately they're certainly not everywhere. So if you haven't got really good bike lanes, the next best thing is a safer bicycle.
Well, if you want to get one of these things, to get on the list to get one, it's Pabel, P-A-B-E-L, bike, B-I-K-E.com. All about it. You're interested in helping taking you to the next level. You're interested in that kind of help too, right? Anything to get this out there. People need it. The world needs it. Here in America, London, but all over the world. I mean, it's an important thing you're doing for the rest of us, and for taking your passion and focusing in on something that's only you and your pocketbook, but the rest of us, and safety and transportation and living better and everything. Well, thank you so much, Kristen. Thank you for being there and all the things you're doing.
Yeah, thanks very much. Really good to chat to you, and all the best. Thank you for interviewing me. Very kind.